for that, but we're just grateful that you did get to the end of it, and now you have this published product. And the title of your book is called Starting Over. Now, I believe this is going to be interesting. Now, let me ask you: Starting Over, a fiction or nonfiction book?
It is fiction.
Okay. So tell me what starting. Are there any hints of nonfiction in the book? Is there any reality mixed in this book, or?
Of course.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So that's what I know this is going to be
You
good.
have
So
to
tell
drop
me
in.
about.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
what's the backdrop of Starting Over? Why write Starting Over?
Well, okay. So I look at it like this. I didn't have a title for the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started writing it. And then I was like, you know what? Oh my goodness. And it came to me, starting over. And everybody can relate to starting over, no matter if
Mm-hmm.
it's in life, in love, in a career, anything. So I felt like that would be the perfect title because it covers all of those things.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Angela, I believe we can all relate to that, starting over. But the great thing about starting over is it's not so bad because you're getting another chance. Now, if you don't get to start over, that means you didn't get another chance.
Yeah.
But
And
starting over, you did get another chance. So tell us about the characters in your book.
so the main character, her name is Savannah Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a single mom, and she's, working, going to church, doing, life.
Mm-hmm.
And she meets this guy, and she's like, oh, he might be the one.
Okay.
And there's a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs and things like that going on in the book. And you know you have to read it to find out if
Exactly what happens with Savannah and this guy.
yeah,
So you've got me on the edge of my seat
because
already, because let's just talk in real life. There's a lot of Savannahs out there. I mean, I can immediately identify with being the single mother, meeting this guy, thinking he might be the one, and
hmm
then navigating through everything to find out if he is or if he's not. In fact, I can identify with that a couple different times in life.
yeah,
You and I were talking. My oldest child is 30 years old. So between 30 to now, I'm even in the process now. Can I be honest, y'all? Can we keep it 100?
yeah.
Yes, I am single, and I don't know if I'm ready to mingle though, but I am, but I am single, and it's tough. It is tough
Yes.
navigating out here alone, still a single parent, my baby's 17, and meeting men that are wonderful on the surface. They got the resume, the
hmm
degrees, the money, the prestige, and all of that to go along with it. But how do you know if it's the right one? And how do you know to even open your heart up and take that chance? How do you know?
hmm
Does Savannah give us any insight on that?
Yes. Eventually, she realizes some things and about herself and about this guy that she meets. Now, just to kind of so I don't give too much away.
Okay.
So generally speaking, um, like you were saying, how do you know? Should you open your heart? Should you become vulnerable? And that's the whole point of starting over. So if you keep your heart closed, so it's, you you can't receive. So you
That's
have
good.
to open your heart. You have to be open to being vulnerable. Um, and that's some things that I learned. I went through a period where I was like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm just gonna be by myself. I'm gonna concentrate on me, my kids, whatever, and not worry about a guy." Yes, they're coming left and right, but then when you realize, when you take that time with yourself and really get to know yourself and be alone, because some people don't like to be alone for the sake of
Hmm.
they just don't want to be alone.
Right.
But when you're alone, and not saying lonely, but alone, and you take that walk and that journey by yourself, and you learn things about yourself, and you grow, and then you heal from all the past hurt,
Hmm.
relationships, and everything else, and you find yourself, I believe I'm ready now. And then you open yourself up. But you open yourself up, but you're also, your eyes are open, and you're
Mm.
looking, and you know what you want, and you know what you will and will not put up with, or what you will, what you will take in. So people, like, yeah, there some guys good at pretending, and that's
They are.
why it's good to have that discernment and taking that time to be alone, because this is what I want. And you don't go in and tell the guy, okay, this is what I want in a guy. Don't tell them that.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know these
The,
are my
mm-hmm.
standards, these are my um deal breakers. If it's gonna come out, it's gonna come
Mm-hmm.
out, and you'll know. But you gotta listen to, because sometimes we go, oh, he's so this, and oh, and like you said,
Right.
on paper, and then you're like, okay, well, and then you don't think about it. You just go, okay, and then it ends up being a disaster. So you have to say, nope, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it looks good. He seems to be all right. I think but no, you have to. If it's something that's, because we know, but we ignore
Right.
that little voice, that little feeling, and we just go with it, and then we end up hurting it. We're hurting ourselves in the end. If
Mm-hmm.
you take your time, be patient. And it's funny because people go, well, how do you know? You just, you'll know. It's just that you have to pay attention to your intuition. We have it for a reason.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. And you said so many important things. I'm going to back up here when you were talking about knowing yourself, and just getting back to knowing yourself, because that is what I am learning. Even after going through a divorce, I thought I knew me. And after I'm single again, there are some things about me that I am discovering, some things and time that I'm having with myself, that I'm glad I'm single, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to have that time with
Yeah.
myself. Some things about me that I'm developing, dreams that I had on hold, that were if I'd stayed married, they would have been on hold for longer.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm glad that I'm getting this opportunity to just be able to flourish and to become all of what I want to become. And you talked about having standards. We've got to keep our boundaries, ladies, because oftentimes we'll have standards set, and then he can come in and he fine enough. And we'll say, well, maybe I can a little bit. That's okay. I
Don't.
know this bothers me. I know this is a deal breaker for me, but I maybe this time, this is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
And this is what I hope I can impart unto other people, is when you have your standards, they are for a reason. Don't compromise.
Yep.
Don't let your standards down, and don't break down those walls and those boundaries, because they are there for a reason. They're there to protect you. They're there to help keep you focused, to help keep you on point. If you meet somebody, and for example, you were in school and you're working on your master's degree, and then the person's like, well, hey, yeah, I want to spend more time with you. I don't like it that we're not together, and you drop some classes to go be with him. Girl, don't you drop your classes?
Mm-mm. Don't
Y'all find out a way.
do not stop what you're doing, because I'm gonna tell you this: if you have your boundaries and your standards, and you stick to those, whoever, if he's the right one,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to adjust to what you have going on. Not to
Mm-hmm.
say that, oh, no compromise or anything like that. Yeah, there are times where you should, have some compromise, but on your standards and your boundaries, no.
Yeah.
And if he is for you, trust me, he's gonna make a way. Don't. And another thing, we have an issue as women, some of us, most of us, oh, he'll change, I can change him. No, no, because whatever he is deep down, that's what he is. And it's gonna show eventually. It may be years down the line, and now you just wasted all this time. But let me tell you, if he is who he say he is, and he truly is interested, and he will respect your boundaries. He will respect your standards. He will do whatever he needs to do if he really wants to be with you. Like it's it's so, and we hear it all the time. Like, oh, if he slow down. He'll make time if he, people be like, oh, you make time for what you want. And that's true. He will make the time. Even if he's busy. Nobody is that big. Nobody is that
Nobody.
busy that they can't call, send a text. Hey, I'm busy. I'm thinking about you, but I just want you to know, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm gonna call you later, And if it's too late, I'll text you and see if it's, okay to call or whatever. But he will definitely make the time, and he will definitely do what needs to be done. He will change on his own if he sees that there are some things in him that he needs to change. If he sees that, okay, this woman has standards, she's about, herself, about her business, I better step my game up, because if I want her, I can't be slacking. I can't be falling off and just doing whatever. So trust me, if he is on the up and up and of quality, and not to say, and I'm gonna say this too, because a lot of us look at, oh, well, he got to make this amount of money, he got to look this way, and he got to look. He can have all of that and
That's
be
surface.
nothing. Okay,
Right.
and he could be the have a blue collar job and treat you with the most love and respect and everything that you could think of. And guess what? You can only go up from there. And if he, like I said, is really invested in you, that's gonna push him to want to do and be a better man for you. Not only for himself, but for you. Not just for you, because you don't want somebody just doing something, oh, it's just for you, because then it's just for you. And then when they don't have you, or if something goes wrong, then it's like, oh, well, I did all this for you. No, they have to do it for themselves too, and they have to want it.
You're right. You're right. And I know, going back to what you were saying, men make time for what they want to. Point number one, you are not going to change a grown man, period. Like you say, he is what he is. He is who he is. He is how he is. And we're not going to be able to change that. He's got to make up in his mind that if he's going to change, it's going to be his decision, and it's something that he wants to do from the inside. And women, we compromise ourselves a lot. You're right in knowing that a man has time and he won't make time for us, and we try to run up behind him. Do not chase a man. I repeat, do not chase a man, because a man knows what he wants. He knows if he wants to call you. He knows if he wants to take you out. Sometimes in this day and age, I may be the type of person that I'll say, okay, well, I see, or what I believe is an open door and a man showing some attention. But then if I put myself out there a little bit and he's not reciprocating on the level that I know he can reciprocate on, I'll pull back. I'll fall back. I say, hey, he's just not into me that way, and keep on going. But what I will not do in this day and age, because somebody put on here, know your value. We diminish our value as women. Hey, Nancy. Yes, ma'am. We diminish our value as women when we start to chase after a man. Why didn't you call me? Well, you could have came to see me, and all this and that, because I found myself in that position not long ago. And I was just like, hey, hold up. I'm not even going to ask the question. I'm not even going to run down. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't, because baby, I'm the prize. Exactly. And if you don't realize that I am the prize, then that's your foolishness.
And in saying that, you have to believe that you are the prize. You have to put, in so many words, put yourself on a pedestal. Not saying, oh, I'm better than everybody or whatever, but you have to put value, like they said, on yourself, and adhere to that and stick to that. And when they see, oh, she is really not, because you guess what? It's going to weed out the ones that I ain't got time. I'm not going to do all that. She's doing too much. Okay, next. Because it's sad to say, it's a lot of women, a lot of us out here that will just let our standards go and just do whatever. And then those are the ones that, the guys will go for, because oh, well, she over here, I could just go, mess with her because she don't care. But this one over here, I don't got time. I'm not about to do all that. She whatever. And okay, bye. Because guess what? Now I don't have to waste my time And you don't have to waste mine either because I don't have time for it. So
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because a man that will respect your boundaries, that will come out for you, that will show up for you, it shows you that he values you. I don't want a man that does not value or respect me, period. That does not honor who I am as a woman, who does not see the potential of who we can be together and have value for that. Because I know that I'm the prize, but maybe, hey, if you don't have value for me, maybe I'm not the one for you. Let's not play with it. We don't have to go eat a piece of bread together. We don't have to go drink a Diet Coke together, anything. You keep it moving, brother, and I'll keep it moving. Because at any age, but I'm going to say definitely at our age, having adult children, but at any age, women, you
Yeah.
don't have time to waste and to lose. There are so many of us, and I'm saying it this way, including myself, that have wasted time in marriages, that have wasted time in relationships. That's time that we could have spent on our futures, on our careers, bettering ourselves, walking in our purpose, in our destiny. And we've wasted time in dead end relationships that we knew
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning was dead end. There were
Mm-hmm.
so many signs that were there. There were so many signals that were there. And out of, like you said, not wanting to be lonely, wanting to be with somebody, being impressed. That was the point I wanted to be with. Let's not be so impressed with these brothers and their resumes that we forget that, again, we are the prize. We are the favor. We are his good thing. And there is something about us that they should be just as impressed with. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
don't be impressed with the man, but with, to the general degree, but don't be so impressed that it causes you to forget that you have value in that relationship, that you should be respected, that you should be honored, that you should be put on the pedestal, that you should be treated like the queen that you are. Let's see, we got to come in here. Real woman's going to date who she wants. The average man's going to date who he can. Hey, Yassine, where are you watching us from? Yassine Ali. Let us know where you're watching us from.
That's my cousin. Hey,
Okay.
cousin.
Hey, cousin. But you're right. And it's, it's like a real woman knows her value, understands who she is. It's not, even in business, a real woman knows that when it's time to get up from the table, when the deal is not working for me, the deal is not working for me. I asked for 100,000. You're trying to give me 50. I'll see you guys later. I'm worth more than that. Same thing. You have to look at relationships the same way. I don't know too many people on here that, those of us that are adults and have families, that's going to, for our main job, looking for a job that's minimum wage. We're not even going to fill out the application. Why keep letting these minimum wage brothers fill out the application and us giving them an interview? There's this the process that when we meet them and we find out who they are, and we like, he say that he's been married or in and out of relationships, and yeah, I was the one that cheated. Girl, leave him where he is.
But
I'm,
some of
I'm
them
like
will
right
tell you
there.
that. But okay, so now this is not up to, because I want to make sure that people understand this. Not to bash men. We're not
Mm-hmm.
doing that. We're just saying we need to honor our value. Now,
Right.
men, there are some good men out there.
There are.
Um, and I think, well, before I say that, there are some good men out there who are going through the same thing. They value themselves. They want love, and they want, but then they keep getting into these relationships where women are using them and things like that. So they kind of pull away. Now, men, we're different. So I can't really speak on how men feel or how they whatever. But I just want to make it clear that we are not male bashing. We're just
Mm-hmm.
saying, as women, we need to, honor ourselves and value ourselves. And there are some good men out there. Um, and I think they tend to pull back and kind of like, oh, I'm not going to put myself out there. And they close up their heart because they've been dragged through the mud so much that it's like, oh my goodness. So it makes it hard when you have good women, good men, and they're like, nope, I'm not gonna put myself out there and be hurt again because I just can't. I'm just not. I'll date. I'll go on dates. I'll go out or whatever. But I am not doing that. And that's. I mean, it's life. It's real. It's a process. But trust me, at some point there's gonna be somebody that catches your eye, male, woman or man, and you're gonna feel yourself starting to pull back those layers and say, okay, you know what? I think this person is worth me giving a try, worth me opening my heart, worth me, investing in and in love and just see where it goes. But like I said, if your fists closed, your hands closed, your eyes, you can't receive. So when you're ready, when you know you're ready after you've healed and you've done the work on yourself, then when you say, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just put myself out there. And that's what, getting back, we're still talking about the book. It's just that a lot of this stuff is happening in the book. So right. Savannah, she goes through some things. And then she realizes, wow, and then y'all gotta read this book. Don't tell me.
I know it. I know you're getting me so intrigued. And I want to, at the point that you just made, because you're right. This can be reversed and flipped. There are some men who are dealing with trying to find out, I'm starting over. Maybe I went through a divorce. Maybe came out of a toxic relationship and I'm starting over trying to find out who is the right one? Who's this right woman? Who's the woman that's going to take care of my heart? Because men they're vulnerable and they're sensitive too. Mm-hmm. And I have a friend of mine say, I don't like women talking to me crazy, because as women, sometimes women tend to be a little mouthy and talk down to men and thinking, oh, he's a man, he can take it. But men are sensitive. Yeah. Men have their feelings get hurt just like ours. And in women having our standards, I do want to give this word of encouragement. Make sure that your standard is a legitimate standard and not craziness, not something that's overbearing. Well, we're talking about standards of things like respect and all of those things that are good moral issues that we should give to one another. Now, if your standard is, well, every man that I meet, he has to, have this certain amount of money or take me to this place or spend this amount of money on me before I can know he's serious. Now, that's not what we're talking about.
That's surface level, and right. it's empty because there's no substance to that.
Right. Absolutely empty. Tracy Pickett. Yeah, I need the sequel like yesterday.
Right. I've been hearing this. Okay, look now. It's coming. So what is that? If you hang in the hood. Yeah. You have to change your environment sometimes. That's true.
Mm-hmm. You got to get off the block, as he says.
Mm-hmm. Go to places where you normally wouldn't go. And not to say to get I know Savannah is going to be in the second. Yes, Savannah will be in the second book. She has to be.
Okay, so this is the sequel to Starting Over 2?
Well,
or is it just a different title, but
it'll be a different title, but it'll be the sequel to Starting Over. So yes, I am working on that. It will be in 2023. Oh my goodness. Look, they putting me to the fire. They put me to the fire.
Home Depot, LOL. What does that mean? You're saying the good men are at Home Depot?
Yeah, that means maybe they know how to build, know how to fix things, but I don't know. That might be a hookup spot like that. Okay, I'm gonna act like I'm in Home Depot.
She said yes, and they can do repairs.
You know what? Repair a heart.
But let me tell you, and we're not man bashing again, but I have had the experience that a lot of men that have the office jobs, that have the high degrees and the doctor behind their name, they're really not the hands-on brothers. Not that they wouldn't do it, it's just they've concentrated in another area. And sometimes for me, it's a turn on to see a man under the sink. Lord Jesus, did I say that out
Hold
loud?
on.
Ooh, it's something about
Listen,
seeing a man take the
it's
trash out
about
and cut
them,
the grass and under the
doing
sink.
it, washing the dishes, cooking, cleaning,
Yes.
helping with the kids. Okay, the stuff that we need help with, and give us a break. Because guess what? If they are helping with those things to take the load off of us, some of the things, because if we're both working and then I got to come home, cook, clean, not to complain or whatever, but if we're sharing in the household chores and daily life, then that helps to take some of the pressure off, and then we're more able to be in our feminine and cater to
Yes.
the man. So look, my parents, my dad, he helped with he cooked, he helped with, well, he didn't wash, he did, but my mom, she washed. But the cooking, whew, yes, okay. And so that helped take some of the pressure off, the load off, and you can be, you know, do what you need to do.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something,
Y'all know.
Tamara. Baby, it's something about, can I let y'all in on a
Look,
little secret?
look,
It's something
when
about,
that muscle flex when they doing that work. Yeah.
there's something about a brother that's a little greasy and a little sweaty. Now, I like them with clean nails. I do. But if they get dirty, I'll clean them for you. That's okay.
Exactly.
But change my oil. Let me see you slide from under a car. Baby, I'm gonna run in that kitchen and I'm gonna be making some biscuits from scratch or something, because it's just such
Hello.
a turn on.
Ain't
Yes,
that the
yes,
truth?
yes.
That's the
Yes,
truth.
yes. Well, y'all have had me in stitches today, and you're absolutely right, because I haven't laughed this much in an interview in a long time. But this has been really, really fun. Barbara Pierce said she must have been on the wrong aisle in Home Depot. Well, you know what? That Tracy, can you tell us what aisle that is? What aisle has the good men on it? Yes, Queen, I'm right with you. What aisle has the good men? Is it aisle 14? Is it the hardware section? Is it the flooring section? What section of Home Depot do we find the good men in? Because y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my Uggs and head to Home Depot.
You gonna have women running to Home Depot like they told us to go to Home Depot. Look, disclosure at your own
She
risk.
was looking for flooring. All right, I'm going to the flooring section because I really need some flooring anyways for my event center. So I'm going to go to the flooring section. But even in just in us saying this, women, don't limit yourself. I don't know if Savannah limited herself or not, what Savannah's standards are. You got to get the book to understand, but don't limit yourself, because we all like the idea of a doctor, a lawyer, somebody in a high political position that they walk around with an entourage. But the reality is that may not be what's in the cards. That may not be what's best for us. But just a regular, everyday blue collar brother might be the one that supports you, loves you, treats you like the queen that you are. Yes, ma'am.
So in saying that, when you say the doctor, the lawyer, the high profile, think about this. They're going to be busy. They're going to be always gone, whatever the case may be. And if that's your cup of tea, great. But, again, like we said, you may have the blue collar person who is behind you 100%, will help you in whatever you need done. And, he has, not to say that he'll have time, like he just not doing anything, but it will be more balanced, I think. And a lot of women will look down on, like, oh, I'm not dating him. He a plumber. Oh, he a mechanic. Oh, hold on. First of all, these guys can fix stuff. Hello. Save
Problem solvers.
you some money. Hello, hello, hello. And like you said, yep, I'll come here. I'll give you a manicure. I'll trim your nails and clean them and whatever else. Okay, hello. So, but again, if that's not your cup of tea and you just have to have you a high profile, keep in mind, they're going to be gone. business trips, things like that, whatever. But we digress. You want somebody who is going to, whether they're a doctor, lawyer, plumber, mechanic, whatever, who is going to respect you, love you, treat you well, and in person and away from you. You want them.
Absolutely.
You want
Absolutely. And
that.
then you ladies do the same for them.
Exactly.
Don't let it be a one-way street. Again, standards isn't somebody putting you on this pedestal all the time and you treating him like he's the bottom of your shoe. You got to love and adore and treat him. And that's the recipe for a healthy relationship. So hopefully Savannah finds this healthy mate, this healthy match. You won't know unless you get the book. So let's let them know how they can get the book, Tamara. So they can find the book on your website. Let me put it up here at tamarachandler.com.